Greetings. My name is Dr. Waddell Brooks Sr., your host, and this is Community Focus. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we're very fortunate to have with us two exemplary persons, Tia Pratcher and Duane Wilson. Duane Wilson is the CEO and founder of a comedy show. It's called Crack in the Heck Up, and they will tell us all about that. I will be learning right along with you, my listening audience, about this comedy show that will be coming. Tia Pratcher is the supporter, and Tia, what is your title?
I am the COO of the company, and I just, do a lot of the admin work and secretarial duties to the CEO, which is Duane Wilson, like you mentioned.
Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, this young couple is people that you should know. Tia and Duane, Lake County is approximately 750,000 people, but I don't know how many are up at 5 o'clock this Sunday morning listening to the program, but I understand we have a pretty good audience on that at 5 o'clock. As I mentioned to my audience before, the former mayor of North Chicago, Mayor Thompson, Bobby Thompson, stated that while he's shaving, getting ready for Sunday school every Sunday morning, he tunes in to the program, So we do have a big audience. Well, first of all, let's see. Duane, since you're the founder, CEO and founder of Crack in the Heck Up, tell us about a little bit about your personal and professional background. Who is Duane?
Oh, wow. Okay, where do I start? I started out in the music entertainment field.
Okay.
I did a little bit of acting before, started out in high school and then again in college taking theater and performing arts. And after school, I just kind of dived headfirst into it. Touring and traveling, I do mostly R&B, and I also write and compose my own music. So I started traveling with that and touring with music and opening up for a lot of, nationally known acts and even getting a chance to perform side by side with them. And it was a great, great experience. And I also, I didn't want to just, stay at one thing. I had a lot of gifts that God has given me, and I wanted to kind of use them all and dabble in everything. So I got back into acting and started getting into stage plays in Chicago. One good one in particular I remember is called The Ideal Husband from John Ruffin, out of Chicago at the Harold Washington Cultural Center, with Shirley Murdoch and Terrell Carter and Carl Anthony Payne, who plays Cole and Martin. And it was just an awesome experience to get to share the stage with those wonderful people. And I really wanted to get back into acting more, more so film instead of theater. And so I had a chance to appear on the Fox hit show Empire numerous times. Not so much speaking roles, but I did get a lot of face time and camera time to be featured in the show. So I thought that was a great start, and it opened up a lot of doors and made a lot of connections. And I was doing music and acting in there, very heavily. Afterwards, I'm a huge fan of comedy. I've been a huge fan of comedy all my life growing up. The best thing you can do, the best medicine sometimes is laughter.
This is true. As a matter of fact, the scripture tells us this. I think it's Proverbs or Psalms. I'm not sure. It say laughter is like a medicine, to the body.
It is. It definitely helps a lot. Especially when you're going through and you find the situations or you look at certain things that kind of make you laugh, and then it's pleasing to the heart, and you kind of forget about, things that kind of either made you feel sad, depressed, or hurt in the past and things like that. It's something to help you get over situations, because the way, the world is right now, you need a little laughter in your life
right?
with everything that's going on.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, we're talking with Duane Wilson, and we have Tia Pratcher is just waiting to step in and let us know about this exciting show they have, the comedy show. But Duane, I'm learning right along with my listening audience. I have 3 youngsters, because they're grown now, but each one have a talent in, I guess, a God-given gift in music. The wife and I have no talent at all in music at all, but I'm always telling jokes, and so forth, because some of the ones you hear, and I guess I don't know what you say. Well, that's enough, Brooks. We go ahead. But anyway, it is a God-given gift that you had, and you were giving us, and the list goes on and on.
Yeah.
And we're gonna let Tia tell us how she got involved. Tia, Duane is the CEO and founder, but what role do you play?
Okay, so as I previously stated, I would be the COO, which would be just the helping out with the chief operating officer.
Okay.
So he pretty much, he has the vision. I'm the one that just pretty much helps to bring it to life.
Okay.
And do all the administrative work and just take a lot of things off his hands that he doesn't have to do. You just tell me what you need done, or sometimes I don't even wait for him to tell me what he needs done, because I just know. I just try, my sole purpose is to just try to take as much weight off of his shoulders as I can.
Well, why is a comedy show so important?
Well, like you said, laughter is like a medicine. It really is good for the soul. In this area that we live in, it's not a lot of comedy improv going on. There was a spot downtown Waukegan that people used to go to and do open mic, and they used to come out and listen to comedians. And then when that kind of closed, people really didn't have a place to go. I was faithful in going to that place because I love just listening to comedy. I love listening to music. So it's like, as the years have gone by, Duane said to himself, well, I see that there is no platform, so why don't I create one? And so that's what he did. He created that platform because everyone loves to laugh.
Right.
So, hey, I believe that we can be successful with something like that. Music, you have so many different genres. Some people like this, some people like that, some people don't like this. But comedy is something that everyone can come together and love.
So we don't have to go to Las Vegas to see George Wallace.
No, you don't have to go to Las Vegas and spend, $400 on a ticket to see him, when you got people right here in your town that are just as talented, but they just need to be in front of the right people. So you put them in front of the right people, and their careers can really take off. They're very talented. We work with a very talented group of cast members. And they surprise us. They really surprise us. They're very creative. They're witty. And that's what you need when you're doing comedy improv, because it's on the spot. So it keeps it fresh. It keeps it live, and it keeps the people interested.
Well, tell us about working together in play production.
Okay. Well, we are engaged, so this is my fiance.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. And so some people do ask, well, how do you do with being in a relationship and then also having to be business partners? Okay. And I tell people all the time, regardless if we're dating and engaged and all that, when we come together for business, we are literally that, business partners. So we sit down, we brainstorm, we bring our ideas together. I respect him as the CEO of this company. I don't look at him like, this is my man, or, this is my fiance, I can override him. I have a role that I have to play as well. So just going back into the old Bible days, you got to let the man be the head, let him lead. And that's what I let him do. And we just happen to work out very well that way. Just knowing your role. If you know your role and know the position that you're supposed to play and the lane that you're supposed to be in, everything is smooth sailing after that.
So Duane, she's a great leader. She lets you feel that you're the leader.
Yeah, exactly. She pretty much runs everything. Like, she helps me out a lot. I know when I started putting the shows together, and I had a musical showcase before the CTHU show, which was called Blaze the Stage. Okay. And it was the same thing, basically on the same principles of a lot of talented artists out here not really having a place to go out and perform and shine and hone their craft. And I built a platform for that. And it was, crazy trying to do everything by yourself, you know.
Okay.
I took on a lot. I had many hats, and she took some of those hats off my head and put them on hers. So it took a lot off of me so I can be able to focus 100% on the tasks that I had. And so, we work extremely well as a team.
Well, tell me this: are you new in the area? Because
No, I'm actually. I was born and raised in Waukegan. Raised back and forth between here and Texas. North Chicago High School was my high school. Graduated class of 2002. What's going on?
Okay.
02 in the building. So, and after that, we moved to Zion, and I've been Lake County native for as long as I can remember.
There's several Wilsons in North Chicago. The elderly Robert Wilson and there's Alfred Wilson. They both have passed away now. But I wonder, were you related to the Wilsons in North?
No, actually, there are, I believe, 2 or 3 sets of Wilsons.
Okay. Okay.
I'm not related to the Alfred Wilson. I know who you're talking about, but that's a different set of Wilsons there. Right. And then I have a lot of Walkers and Smiths.
Okay.
Here as well. So.
Well, I want to get on with. Let's see, your play coming up soon. As I say soon, let's give a date. That was that May 20th?
Yes, Friday, May 20th at the Sundance Event Center. Most of you guys that's been here known as the Sundance Saloon.
Okay.
Right here in Fountain Square. The doors will open at 7:30. The show time will start promptly at 8:30.
Okay.
The reason I say that is because the last show we did, March 5th at the Ramada Inn, we kind of underestimated ourselves.
Okay.
As far as the amount of personnel, the audience that would be there.
Okay.
And we ended up starting behind because we had to grab more and more chairs to fill the ballroom. And we reached capacity, and people were still trying to pay to get in just to stand and to be in the building to watch the performance. And so we let them come in, we charged them to come in, and they came in and stood, and then we were at capacity.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a bittersweet feeling letting certain groups leave, like, we're at capacity. We can't have any more people here. And then that's when, this is successful.
And I'm not trying to brag or anything, but we literally used every chair that the Ramada Inn set up for us in their ballroom, and then we snatched every chair out of their restaurant, and then that wasn't enough, so we had to go into their bar, and we took every chair out of their bar, and we still needed more room for people.
Well, tell us about cracking the heck up, CTHU. That's gonna encourage people to come. What? Give us a little background.
Well, a quick synopsis of what the show is. So, take a walk with me, if you will. Favorite comedy shows like Whose Line Is It Anyway? With Drew Carey. I know it's another girl that's hosting it now. Alicia Tyler. She's very funny. Also, Nick Cannon's Wildin' Out, and Saturday Night Live, in Living Color. Mm-hmm. We took foundations from those shows and kind of created our own mashup of improv comedy and also improv comedy sketches. Mm-hmm. And everything, like we said before, everything is there's no script. everything is off the top of the dome, so to speak. Everything is improv too, so that's why it's the comedy improv, and everything is made up on the spot. We do have games also that we play. We do have audience participation as well. So it's definitely a great live, fun experience. DJs, music. I host. Tia was a part of the first show as well. She was part of the cast in the first show. Okay. And then she said, you know what, I kind of want to step out the cast for just a second and help you run this thing to perfection. And I said, okay.
I said, she know how to make you feel that you're the leader. Well, women has a way of doing that. My wife has been doing it, oh my goodness, for 58 years. So I know exactly what you're talking about.
That's awesome.
You learn it early.
I'm learning very early.
Right. Well, tell us about cast members. How long do you cast? and
Well, we have a cast of 12 right now.
Okay.
We have them. We started off with 2 teams. There's a black team and there's a gold team. And it's sometimes we have like friendly competition. Sometimes they do everything together.
Okay.
Where do we start? There's... Oh, go ahead. You want to go?
Yeah, we got a special shout out to a couple of our cast members who are not even in the Lake County area. They live actually in a whole other state, in Atlanta, Georgia.
Wow.
So they fly in, or we fly them in, I should say, to put on a show. And we're very grateful to have them because it's like, the commitment there to even want to be a part of something, and you're hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of miles away. So I think that in itself should say something about the brand. The name of the company is Wayne's World Entertainment. CTHU is just one of the many divisions under Wayne's World Entertainment. So I would think, people that's coming from out of town, even our guests, we had at our last show, we had guests coming from all different states just because they seen the buzz on the social media sites. They wanted to come out and see for themselves. But yes, the cast members are right here in the Lake County area and Chicagoland area, also in Georgia. They're very, like I mentioned before, very witty. Each one of them are pretty much handpicked. We had a general idea of who we liked, but Duane, he would put out like an audition. He'd say, hey, we got this comedy improv show coming. If you're interested, send me an email, And people, when I tell you that the email kind of just blew up, the first show, it was a few. It was just a few. The second time he put that out, emails just flooded. We have a really good cast. We want to be to the point where we don't have to always do auditions. We want to pretty much work with who we have. But there are those circumstances where you got all those people. Someone may not be available to do something or to do a show on the day that you're putting it on. So in that case, yes, you may have to go out and fill the spot with other people for the cast that's not available.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, we're talking with exemplary couple, as I mentioned at the top of the show, Duane Wilson, CEO and founder of Wayne World Entertainment. Yes. And he's also Tia Pratcher, who does all of the above duties to make the show successful. And they're bringing something new here in the area. That's the CTHU crack in the heck up, to us, and it's something new, and we hopefully they're excited that they're gonna have a larger audience. They had one at the Ramada Inn, and what they have to get chairs from all over.
We had 2 at the Ramada Inn actually. The very first show we put on was in November. And we didn't really know what to expect. Yeah. So we said, hey, let's not get a full ballroom. Let's get half of a ballroom and see how it works. And we got the half. We set out like 250 chairs. And we noticed that every chair was full every chair was full, and we also noticed people standing along the walls. So the second show is when we said, hey, we need bigger space. Let's get a full ballroom instead of a half. Once again, we did the full ballroom. We had over 500 people where the hotel said, hey, guys, fire hazard. We can't have any more.
Right.
So now we said, okay, we done filled out the Ramada Inn's ballroom twice. We need a bigger space.
Okay.
Not to mention, just a little side note, the amount of guests that we had, people were going to the bar for a beverage or whatever. The bar literally ran out of drinks. They didn't have anything to give the people. That's how many people we had there. I don't think they were expecting such a huge show either. And they didn't have anything to give the people that wanted a cocktail or whatever they wanted to have. They were sold out.
Well, how about marketing? Really, how do we get the word out? I know it's different now than the media is different now than it was years ago.
Everything is so tech savvy and social media this and social media that. And so, we take it and use it to our advantage. So, of course, definitely, like Facebook, Instagram, and email
and people
blasts
are looking for
the radio with you.
Okay, I don't know how many up at 5 o'clock in the morning, but they would go out and just get a taste of it,
Yeah, and word of mouth
is,
word of mouth is really good. We did such a great job in the first show that it was highly anticipated for the second show. And once we did the second show, those hundreds of people would go out and tell hundreds more people about.
Yeah, because things are so depressing in the world now. People looking for
an outlet.
An outlet.
Yeah.
And comedy is the place, is the thing.
It is.
I know it takes hours and hours of practice. And you have part-time and full-time. Is it all full-time?
Jobs? Yes.
Participants in the plays. Yeah.
I work part-time for a company called Energy Productions. We're party planning and event hosting out there in Northbrook. And then when I'm not doing that, sometimes I do substitute teach as well for the District of Zion.
Wow. Do you have any time, leisure time activity like golf and this type of thing?
Man, I have no social life right now, as of now. Like, I love golfing, actually. I love golfing and basketball and, movies and stuff. But, yeah, I think, when I'm not doing those, I'm definitely working on Waynesworth ENT and what we can do to make ourselves better, get our brand out and so forth and so on.
And what about you, Ted? This is, I guess the Lord works in mysterious ways. I was getting some roses, from my wife it's Mother's Day.
Yeah.
And Tia, a comedian there, I said, what do you do, So she told me, and I said, well, let's let Lake County know what you do, So that's how we are here, First time I met her, this type of thing. And it goes beyond this. I said, I have a host for a television show, and she said, when can we do it? So we scheduled it for next week.
Yes.
So you two are going to be on next week. And also, what's going to happen is going to be more than just the two of you on the show.
Oh, certainly. We're going to bring out some of our cast members.
Okay.
So all you listeners out there that may be tuned in this early, be watching out for his show also, because we're going to have some cast members just, play a couple of games and just show you how it's not just work. I mean, it's fun.
Okay.
I mean, it is work, but it's, if you do something that you love and enjoy, it just really doesn't seem like work. At least for the cast members. They get the easy stuff. They just get to perform. They don't have to do all the, the gritty behind the scenes business aspect of what this is.
Mm-hmm. So it's a lot of practice and training and so forth you do.
Oh yeah, definitely. We have a lot of practice. We have meetings every week.
Okay.
We get into, rehearsal mode and just go over the show or over a few games, exercising, just exercising their skills so they'll be fresh and they make sure they stay on top of their comedy game. And also, we also prep them on things that they will possibly get into once they take a huge step into the entertainment field, like interviews and promos and, things like that. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, what do you expect to be in another 5 years? Do you expect to be George Wallace in Las Vegas?
I expect to, and maybe my expectations are high, but I have no.
Well, you have to
way
set. You have to set your goals.
There's no other way I can set my expectations. So, I would love to have TV syndication.
Okay.
For the CTHU show.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimately, I want Wayne's World ENT to be affiliated with everything entertainment-wise, music-wise, booking, concerts, hosting, parties, plays, TV productions, everything entertainment-wise. Wayne's World ENT would be the place to be.
This is fantastic. You mentioned college. What college did you attend?
I attended College of Lake County.
Okay.
I attended CLC. I had a basketball scholarship pending for Creighton University, and then I had a MCL tear. So, that kind of grounded me, and they ended up removing the scholarship. And so, I guess it wasn't meant for me to go play ball there, But once that happened, I completely shifted everything towards, entertainment side. I love performing. I love making people smile, making people happy, having a great time. And
what about you, T? I know you love to make people smile too, and so forth. But you're been at Pope's Florist for quite some time.
I've been at Pope's Florist maybe about 5 or 6 years. Pope's Florist it's all around amazing. They let us sell tickets to our comedy show there. She does, Pope's Florist does like the centerpieces and things for our shows. So Mother's Day is coming up also. If you guys need some flowers, Pope's Florist is where you go. But I've been there for 6 years. But before that, very strong background in customer service, sales, admin, anything that has to do with, computers and things like that. Excuse me. And so, yes, I'd say in the next 5 years from now, I have 2 beautiful daughters. I want to manage them.
Okay.
I mean, I want to do something on my own too, but they're so talented. And when you're young, that's what people look for, that young, fresh. Not that I'm not young and fresh, but, my goals exceed past myself.
Okay.
I'd like to see my daughters shine. I'd like to see them do something in the entertainment business as we are.
Okay.
So that's my goal, to see them shining.
I have to make one correction on my part. I mentioned about Mother's Day for the flowers, the roses that I got for that was our anniversary.
Yes, it was your anniversary.
and also, you helped me out there. There was a white rose. I had 12, right?
Yes.
Then a white one was, and that indicated long life forever.
Purity, honesty.
Yeah.
And people don't know that different colors of different roses, they mean different things, red is your love, your passion, whereas white is, like I said, your peace, honesty, purity. So, yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to bring people with passion here with us. This is the first time that we had a young couple, here starting their own business and doing things that would brighten up the life of you by having Crack and the Hiccup, Wayne World's Entertainment, and again, it's going to be I'll let you tell us where it's going to be. Sundance, you said it's going to be at.
Yes, Sundance Event Center or the Sundance Saloon, Friday, May 20th. Tickets are on sale right now. Most of our cast members have tickets selling as well. I also have some, as well as Tia. And if you can't reach any of us, they will be available at Pope's Florist as well.
If you'd like more information regarding this, you can always go to Facebook if you're active on Facebook, and you can go to the Wayne's World Entertainment Facebook page.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Community Focus. My name is Dr. Waddell Brooks Sr., your host.